EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to South Florida at Hard Rock Stadium here in Miami. The excitement brewing here in South Florida as a moment ago. The Dolphins starters were introduced to this home crowd. They're fired up as well as they get set to match up with the New England Patriots. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Wait, set. Run 80. Run 80. No.
They'll run it here. This is James White. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Now Brady. Philip Dorsett hauls it in. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
Well, as this game continues to evolve in the NFL, you know how much coaches love run after catch, but you know what they love even more? Completions.
Yeah, just holding on to the ball.
Catch it, cover it, tuck it away. Whatever you get after that is almost gravy. That's how a lot of these receivers are being taught now.
Mike 55, Mike 55. Hey, eat. Hey, 66.
On first down, Brady. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Aqib Talib, the veteran Pro Bowler, there to get a hand in, knock it away.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Brady again here on 2nd and 10. Caught by Sanu. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 37. This is one thing you can't do with Tom Brady. Let him get in a rhythm, let him get rolling early.
Every time you talk about Tom Brady or any other great quarterback, you always talk to the defensive guys and they say, you got to get him off his spot. What they mean by that is when you go back 3-step, 5-step, 7-step drop, and they just hit the same spot and then they're set up to throw the ball, get them to move a little bit, get them to hold the ball. And the pressure that affects just about any quarterback, right up the middle. Remember the Super Bowl? Atlanta's best success came up the middle pressure, what we call gut pressure.
Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. And the pocket's been protected pretty good here so far on the opening drive.
We always talk about confidence in runners and catchers and quarterbacks. How about the protection detail? They're not allowing anyone near the guy throwing the football.
Check out three. You draw quarter.
Brady looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And able to find Dorsett. 18 big yards on that one and a New England first down.
Every coach we ever talk to says to his team before the game, quick start, guys. Let's get out of the gate fast. How about that? They took his lesson to heart, didn't they?
They did exactly that. A nice diving catch here on the game's opening drive. Brady's got his guys 1st and 10, and he's 5 for 6 now throwing the ball on this drive. First down, here's White. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Big stop, let's go. Here we go.
This is Sony Michel. He grew up a few miles north of here. And he is in. Touchdown, New England. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Patriots drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. Gostkowski with the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0. Gostkowski now, after the touchdown, he'll send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
Mike 20. Mike 54. You ain't got nothing. 34.
A first down throw for Fitzpatrick. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 9 yards the pickup there, and it's a first down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. Now they try the right side here. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end lift that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. And to give this time to the tailback. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. They're complete. This is Albert Wilson. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9.
Some think that teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
Fitzpatrick to throw it. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. With that incompletion, a chance to mention the awards. Now with the season over, Lamar Jackson, as we speculated, he's the MVP, Coach of the Year. John Harbaugh, Lamar's coach. Michael Thomas, Stephon Gilmore, Offensive and Defensive Players of the Year, Offensive and Defensive Rookies of the Year. That went to Kyler Murray and Nick Bosa. And the Comeback Player of the Year, Charles, Ryan Tannehill, no surprise there.
Not to mention the #1 award that the NFL gives out, the one that they give the most, the credence isn't the right word, the most attention to, and the one that they want trumpeted the most. That's the Walter Payton Man of the Year, because that represents the totality of a player in the NFL, not just what they do on the field, but off the field as well. And that goes to Calais Campbell, the deep.
Oh, wide open, complete. They give him a gain of 37.
A lot of running backs in the passing game, they're just used to check it down to them or maybe dump off passes. But this guy, they use him to stretch the field, don't they?
He stretched it right there, turned it into a really nice game. So now, following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10.
Easy. Regular.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. From 10 yards out, and the Patriots, they add on to their lead. Extra point good by Gostkowski, and it's now 14-0. Gostkowski now after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. 2 minutes to play first half. It's 14-0. A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. He was looking for Parker that time, and that takes us from second to third down.
Hey, Danny! We got 25 to money. Hey, come on, now, come on. Regular. Protein spill. Hot. Switch. 35. Crunch.
Throwing Fitzpatrick. Oh, ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Check. Pilot, 64, weak. Check 26. Ramp.
So after the INT, it's Brady. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Let's get to some Hall of Fame talk while we have a second, because last week we mentioned the 15 guys that we knew were going into the Hall. 5 added: Isaac Bruce, Steve Hutchinson, Edgerrin James, Steve Atwater, and Troy Polamalu. You think about it, CD. For Polamalu, it was his first year of eligibility. People knew he would go in. Atwater was his 16th year. He had to wait a long time.
He certainly did, and I often wonder about the psychology of it all, because when you're young in your career, meaning young retired, right, these things mean something to you, but I don't know if they hit with the same impact as it will for Steve Atwater. 16th year. Now, I think Steve would like somewhere to be a happy medium. Maybe the 8th year would have been a lot better, but the bottom line is the older you get, boy, imagine the emotions running through there, the validation, probably haven't had the applause in a long time. That's going to come back to you now. Troy Polamalu, he essentially stepped off the field and into the Hall of Fame, but it doesn't matter. Bottom line is getting there. Congratulations to all.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Fitzpatrick. Now a short one to Gesicki. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11. To throw is Fitzpatrick. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
Let's get off the field. Let's get off the field. Check.
Fitzpatrick now. This taken in by Jakeem Grant. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. Here's Fitzpatrick. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
They went with the dive look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
They converted once earlier in this drive, but they'll roll the dice here again on 4th down. Now Fitzpatrick on 4th down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down. And the Patriots defense is going to take over on downs. Very good starting position for the Patriot offense as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the 1st half. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the 1st half. Parker unable to get that one. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. 1st half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And that 1st half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage.
Another down on the scoreboard, but the urge to go for it is almost irresistible here on 4th and short. Yeah, I know they're on their own side of the field.
I was going to say.
Normally I would say punt the ball away, but I'm feeling it. I say go for it.
And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on 4th down.
Let's get off the field, D.
They'll try and run with Balaj. And he's able to get the 1st before he's taken down at the 36. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Here's Fitzpatrick. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. Well, switching gears, CD, I got to tell you, it's always sad now that football's over. We've got a long wait until Thursday, September 10th.
It's okay.
I know,
it's
but
okay.
September 10th.
It's a little misty there.
That's when the 101st season starts. We just finished off season 100. I don't know. What are we going to do till then?
Well, I'm going to rest and relax a little bit, and so are you. But you're exactly right. It won't take us long to start to say, okay, when does camp start? How about OTAs, mini camps? We'll follow the draft. We'll do all the football things, but there'll be nothing like Thursday, September 10th, 2020. And they'll likely be in Arrowhead, right? They'll likely be there for Kansas City. I know it's not a given, but after winning the Super Bowl after a 50-year wait with that organization and that franchise and family, oh, that game's going to be there that Thursday night.
Yeah, well, in the meantime, we do have some work to do because they're still picking up the controllers out there in Madden Land, I hope.
Yeah, certainly you have to. And why wouldn't you? Because you go ahead and play now, and you figure out who's going to be in the Super Bowl in Tampa next year, and I know you're going to let us know.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as he'll go for it on fourth. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Picked off at the 49. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Patriot defense has a touchdown. The point after try for Gostkowski. And the lead is now 24. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be taken in at the 1. And he's all the way up across the 40 and down at the 42-yard line. Great return.
We all know that teams never want to use the word panic. But if they expect to win this game, it has to start right here, right now. That return just set them up for points, and it needs to be a touchdown, not a field goal.
Good starting field position for the Dolphins as they have it 1st and 10 at their own 42. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. The throw here caught by Devontae Parker. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. From the gun, Fitzpatrick. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Another drive comes and goes. Still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. But you just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on fourth. Fitzpatrick, they're able to locate Wilson. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Fitzpatrick. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to him.
And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now Fitzpatrick. Walford's got it. Complete. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. They'll throw again, Fitzpatrick. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this third quarter of play. Back now in Miami. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Now Fitzpatrick. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. These strong safeties, some people may not realize it. It's really like an extra linebacker, right?
It really is, because they're hybrids. Half linebacker, half defensive back. The linebacker in him on that play emerged.
Hey, watch the slant.
Fitzpatrick to throw for it on 4th down. Looking for the end zone. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Patriots defense is going to take over on downs. So Brady and the Pats take over 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. This drive starts out on the ground with Michel. And room to run as he's up past the 35-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And finally marked down at the 42-yard line. 22 yards there, a first down.
Well, I don't think there's any question, Brandon, at this stage, the stop troops, the defensive guys, they've got to use their 3 timeouts here. They've got to stop them and get the ball back.
Yeah, if you're in that 2 to 3 score deficit window that they're in now, you got to get it ASAP.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Stop them, use your timeouts. Easier to move the ball on offense without timeouts than to stop them on defense without using them.
Now a first down carry. It's Michel. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Watch the run. Watch the run. Watch the run.
Brady gives to Michel. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
Wait, that flag, 20.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against?